Let's do 2019 AP macro number 2. Blow through this pretty quickly, I think. We're assuming the expected inflation rate is 3%, the current unemployment rate is 6%, and the natural rate of unemployment is 4%. Draw a correctly labeled graph of the short run and the long run. Phillips curve, label the current short run as point X and plot the numerical values. So let's just draw a graph here. We have inflation on the vertical. We have unemployment here on the horizontal. We'll have a short run Phillips curve, downward sloping. That looks good. And a straight up and down long run Phillips curve. All right, draw a correctly labeled graph of short run, long run, label the current equilibrium as point X. Well, we need to know that where long run and short run come together, this is not only our expected inflation, which is 3%, but it is our natural rate of unemployment also, right there, which is 4%. So right there where long run and short run come together, that shows expected inflation and it shows your natural rate of unemployment. Our current or actual, let's call it, sometimes they say actual, sometimes they say current. Our actual unemployment rate is 6%, so let's plug that in. Unemployment is 6%, right? This implies that our unemployment rate is greater than the natural rate. So we have what we call a recession. We need to know that because the College Board loves that language right there, that inflation, recession. You need to know that when the rate of unemployment is greater, right, is greater than the natural rate, that we have a recession. We could see our actual inflation is less than the expected inflation, and our unemployment rate is greater than the natural rate. So we know that actual inflation is less than expected inflation. C, assume loans were made taking into account the expected inflation rate of 3%. Will lenders be better off, worse off after they realize the actual inflation rate? This, and then we need to explain it. This causes a bit of problems here, so let's talk about it for just a second. We have a nice formula that we use all the time. Nominal minus inflation equals real. This is a good way to remember this. It works with wages, it works with GDP, works with interest rates. Let's say we have a nominal interest rate, or the rate banks charge to charge people at 3%. And then they expect inflation to be 3%. The question is, what was their real rate of interest? What did they actually gain on their money? And obviously 3 minus 3 is 0. You would have gained nothing. Let's say you were maybe making a loan to your brother-in-law or something. You didn't make anything. The price of everything went up by 3%, and you charged him 3% to borrow money from you. So you actually are no worse or no better off. In essence, you've lost, I guess we could say you haven't gained any money. Inflation sort of stole whatever interest you charged your brother-in-law. But let's say you did charge him 3%, but actual inflation was only 1%. You would have made 2% on your money. Can we see that? Your real interest rate would have been 2%. So in this situation, when actual inflation is less than expected, lenders would be better off. Creditors, banks would have gained money in that situation. All right, D, based on the relationship between actual and expected inflation rates, identify in part A what will happen to the natural rate of unemployment. In the long run, our natural rate of unemployment does not change. There would be no change in long run unemployment. This is a recession. When we go back to full employment, we're back to that natural rate of unemployment right there. There is 1 year out of all of the years of FRQs where they did actually have the natural rate of unemployment change, and that was due to an increase in unemployment benefits. Obviously, more unemployment benefits implies that more people would be willing to stay unemployed. So that natural rate would have increased. That long run Phillips curve would have shifted to the right. That, though, it only happened 1 year out of all the FRQs. So we don't tend to talk about it. Most of the time, we just know that your natural rate of unemployment would not change. It takes something very unusual or strange to change our natural rate of unemployment. All right, guys, be safe, take care, and see you soon. If you need help, let me know. Bye.